Hey guys, every year I do a series of Superman reviews, and I'm kicking off 2024's Superman reviews with a review of the 1950s serial Atom Man vs. Superman. Now this was directed by Spencer Gordon Bennet and written by David Mathews and George H. Plympton and Joseph F. Poland, and this is based on the comic book character created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, and this is a sequel to the 1948 Superman serial. Now, I already reviewed the 1948 serial when I did these Superman reviews last year. Now, the plot of Atom Man vs. Superman is it begins where Superman apprehends his arch-nemesis Lex Luthor. Shortly afterwards, there is a series of robberies in Metropolis, and when the perpetrators are captured, they seemingly disappear without a trace. It turns out that Luthor has invented teleportation technology and is using it to temporarily escape prison and commit crimes under the guise of Atom Man. Now, there's a lot more to the serial than just that, but that's just a very basic outline of the plot. The serial stars Kirk Alyn as Superman. He also played Superman in the 1948 serial. You also have Neill reprising her role as Lois Lane. You have Tommy Bond as Jimmy Olsen, Pierre Watkin as Perry White, and you have Lyle Talbot, who absolutely steals this series as Lex Luthor and Atom Man. So I really enjoyed Atom Man vs. Superman. I actually think I probably liked this better than the first Superman serial. Now, my issue with a lot of these older serials is a lot of them can be very repetitive, and I get it. They weren't meant to be all watched in one sitting. They were meant to be seen over a period of several weeks. But I didn't really have that problem with this one. I thought, even though it was in 15 parts, I thought it moved at a pretty good pace. And it's just a really fun adventure serial, and I actually really like Kirk Alyn as Superman. He has this almost smug, shit-eating grin on his face whenever he apprehends criminals, or like when criminals are shooting at him and the bullets are bouncing off his chest. He just has this look on his face like, you really think that's gonna do something to me, don't you? And like I said, Lyle Talbot is excellent as Lex Luthor, and it should be noted that this is the first time that Lex Luthor has appeared outside of the comics. I don't think he ever showed up in the old Fleischer Superman cartoons, and I don't think he ever showed up on the Superman radio drama that ran throughout the 1940s. So, Lyle Talbot is the first actor to play Lex Luthor, and I think he's a really good Lex Luthor. It's not a perfect miniseries. There are a few plot points that don't really go anywhere, at a certain point, Lex Luthor does legally get released from jail, and he sort of puts on the veneer of going straight, he tries to start his own TV station. At a certain point, Lois gets fired from the Daily Planet and starts working for Lex Luthor's TV station, and it turns out this is sort of a ruse to get close to Luthor, but I don't know, it didn't really go anywhere in my opinion, and it kind of felt like that was sort of meant to sort of pad out the runtime a little bit. You also have Superman kind of nonchalantly killing a few people in this. There's a part in the serial where Lex Luthor manages to trap Superman in sort of this other dimension, almost like a proto-Phantom Zone, and then at a certain point, Luthor is trying to make sure that Superman is still there, so he sends one of his henchmen into this other dimension, and the poor guy is clearly scared and doesn't want to go in there, but eventually he does run into Superman in this other dimension, and when Superman realizes that the porthole is opened and he can escape, he then just throws the poor henchman henchman into the deep reaches of space and then leaves him there. Like, he doesn't necessarily kill him, but he does essentially trap the poor henchman in another dimension for all eternity and thinks nothing of it. And then at the end of the serial, Luthor and his henchmen kidnap Lois Lane and take them on this spaceship that they invented, and they're like flying out in space because Luthor's planning on destroying the planet. And basically towards the end, the rocket ship is about to explode. Superman, he goes in there to save Luthor and Lois Lane, but he leaves two of Luthor's henchmen in the freaking rocket ship for them to die in the explosion. Like, this Superman don't give a fuck. But yeah, if you're a Superman fan, I definitely recommend giving this serial a watch.